From Evan, dear all-wise and powerful Klavan, being that it's close to Christmas, the two most popular stories of this time are the birth of the Christ child and Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. Why is it that so many pay homage to Dickens' classic tale in TV and movies? Listen, I have talked about this endlessly, and you can find, if you read The Great Good Thing, my memoir, I talk about the Christmas Carol. It was called, when it was written, the fifth gospel, and I think there is an absolutely good reason for that. I think it is one of the great works of wisdom literature. Wisdom literature includes things like Ecclesiastes in the Bible, the book of Job in the Bible, the Tao Te Ching, which I think is a brilliant work. And I just think that Dickens, who was a genius writer, was hit by another level of genius. And he produced one of the great works of wisdom literature. It is a book, I was talking, I guess it was last week, I was talking about the difference between living in time and living in reality, and that Christ tried to bring and living in eternity, and that Christ tried to bring the vision of eternity into time. And that is what A Christmas Carol is about. It is about a man who explores the past, the present, and the future, and realizes that he has to live in all three because that is where eternity lives, and he changes his life. And what's so brilliant about it is that it brings all that Christliness into an ordinary story, a ghost story about what it is to live. I was quoting T.S. Eliot before about humankind cannot bear very much reality. And the very next line, he says, "Go, go, go," said the bird, "humankind cannot bear very much reality. Time past and time future, what might have been and what has been, point to one end, which is always present." And this is T.S. Eliot's Christian vision. A Christmas Carol is a brilliant, brilliant evocation of that. I'll talk more about that as we come to Christmas. If you watch the only other good Christmas story, besides the one in the Gospels, is the Jimmy Stewart movie, It's a Wonderful Life. If you look at it, it's the exact mirror image of A Christmas Carol. In A Christmas Carol, a greedy man is visited by spirits who teach him the damage that he has done in the world. In A Christmas Carol, a good and generous man is visited by a spirit who shows him what the world would be like without him. It is the exact opposite story. And as every storyteller knows, the opposite story is the same story. There's only one great Christmas story, and it is that. It is the entry of eternity into time, which is the story of the Nativity. And it's just, the Dickens classic is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant book.